start our new topic called as evolution. So in this video I am going to introduce this chapter as well as another topic called as origin of life. So in this video we'll deal with the two topics, introduction as well as the origin of life. So stay tuned. Okay, the most important thing to understand is what is evolution. So evolution is the study of history of life forms on earth. So we have to study the history of life. So we will study in this chapter to study how the universe is originated, to study how the earth is originated, to study how first living being is formed, to understand how the things got changed, how the change is evolved is really very important. We have to understand the changingness of the world. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to deal with the history of life on the earth, how the changes occurred mainly. Okay, changes in flora and fauna are basically most important. Flora is the word that resembles the flower, whereas fauna is the world that resembles the animals. Okay, they have occurred over millions of years on earth, so we have to understand how they occurred, how they originated. Okay, this is the main reason of the study of evolution. Basically you understand origin of life here, how the evolution of earth took place. Okay, so universe, it is a 20 billion years old. So universe is a 20 billion years old one. Then earth is 45 billion years old. Life appeared 4 billion years back. Okay, origin of life. So there are different number of theories in this chapter proposed by different scientists. So first let us understand about Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory basically says how the universe is formed. To study how the universe is originated is mainly given by the Big Bang theory. Okay, so this theory was given by Lemaitre in 1927. This theory was given by Lemaitre in the year of 1927. So let us understand what is Big Bang theory. So Big Bang theory attempts to explain origin of universe. So it basically explains the origin, how the how the universe is originated, to study how it is originated basically. Okay, so next point, it is a singular huge explosion unimaginable in a physical term. So it is a singular huge explosion in the world. It is really very unimaginable. You cannot imagine it in the physical term. It was expanded and hence temperature came down. So as the large expansion was created in the universe, due to the huge explosion, what happened? Temperature basically came down. Coolness took place in the universe. So this is what happened. Due to the expansion, temperature came down. Then water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, ammonia released from the molten mass covered Earth's surface. So Earth had molten mass. Earth had basically a molten mass. From molten mass, water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, ammonia were released. So what happened? They made it as a covered the Earth's surface. They basically became the covering of the Earth's surface, which were released from the molten mass. As simple. Then the UV rays break up water into hydrogen and oxygen. So our sun, this is our sun, think basically releases UV rays, but now we have ozone layer. But in the earlier, when the universe was formed, then sun would release UV rays. Now we have ozone layer. When we had new earth, there was no ozone layer. Okay, so UV rays break up water into hydrogen, one hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, after this temperature decreased, water vapor formed, rainfall, this all took place. Okay, this is what Big Bang theory says all. It is a simple singular huge explosion in the world which is unimaginable in the physical terms. So large explosion took place. Theory is theory of panspermia or spore theory. So here unit of life called as spores transferred to different plant including earth. So this theory basically explains that life exists and it is mainly distributed. So it is mainly distributed throughout the universe in the form of genes or spores, okay, in the form of genes or spores that basically develop in the environment or it is transferred to different plant including the earth. So simply or theory of panspermia basically explains about the existence of the life. So here unit of life is mainly called as spores or normally we call it as a genes. So it is mainly distributed throughout the universe and that will develop in the environment or it is transferred to different plant including the earth. The next important theory is theory of spontaneous generation. So here we'll understand mainly the theory of life, how the life got existed. Okay, according to this theory, life came out of decaying and rotting matter. So according to this theory of spontaneous generation, how the life existed, life mainly came out of decaying matter, means decomposed matter or a rotting matter. Okay, but this theory was not accepted by other scientists. So Louis Pasteur demonstrated his own experiment to understand how the life got existed. He proved by experiment. So let us understand what was his experiment. Okay, next. Louis Pasteur demonstrated that life come only from pre-existing life. What Louis Pasteur said? The life could come only from the pre-existing life. So what is pre-existing life? Pre-existing life means the life which has already existed. It has already existed, okay? So Louis Pasteur said this. So he demonstrated a simple experiment. Let us understand this. Okay, he showed in a pre-sterilized flask, life did not come from the killed yeast. One second. So, in another flask open to air, new living organism arose from the killed yeast. So what he did, first of all, you should understand what is pre-sterilized flask. Pre-sterilized flask, they are the flask, they are basically treated with the various means, so they are germ free. Okay, they are basically germ free flask before use and there is no contamination, which is mainly used in the experiments. Okay, so first of all, what Louis Pasteur did, he showed that in a pre-sterilized flask, life did not exist because there is no new living organism were formed from by killing the yeast. Okay, in another flask where he kept the flask open to air, then what happened? New organism were formed from that killed yeast. So simple we can understand from these two sentences, we can understand that life existed from the pre-existing life. As in the pre-sterilized flask, life did not come from the killed yeast, whereas in another flask which was kept open to the air, new living organism was formed. Simple. Then he did not answer how first life come on earth. Okay, next very important theory is chemical theory. So let us understand. Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England. This is very important for the purpose of NEET as it is asked. Okay, so propose that the first of life could come from pre-existing non-living organic molecule, example RNA, protein, and thus formation of life proceeded by chemical evolution. So Oparin, the scientist of Russia, Haldane of England, they both of them proposed that the life basically come from the pre-existing non-living organic molecule. So what is non-living organic molecule? Here RNA, protein, what basically says, they say basically say life existed from the non-living organic molecule. Okay, pre-existing non-living organic molecule. Simple. So formation of life proceeded by the evolution. Okay, this is really simple, and this required the conditions of the high temperature, volcanic storm, and reducing atmosphere. Okay, they both of them proposed the chemical theory. Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England. They simply said that the life come from the pre-existing non-living organic molecule. So, what are non-living organic molecule? Example: RNA, protein. From this, the life got existed. Next one, the S.L. Myler, the scientist who observed the formation of amino acid. Okay, so S.L. Myler in 1953 created electric discharge in a closed flask containing CH4, H2, NH3 and water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. So S.L. Myler in 1953 he basically created the electric discharge in a closed flask where he kept the methane, hydrogen, ammonia, water vapor at the temperature of 800 degree Celsius. So at this temperature and containing the CH4, hydrogen, NH3, he basically observed the formation of amino acid. He observed formation of amino acid. Very simple. Let me do the quick recap of this chapter. Listen carefully. So what is evolution? Evolution is the study of history of life forms on the earth. Here we have learned the different types of theory: Big Bang theory, theory of panspermia or spore theory, theory of spontaneous generation, chemical theory, and S.L. Myler theory. So in the Big Bang theory, we understand that the singular huge explosion takes place, which is really unimaginable in the physical terms. Of life, we call it as a spores or genes, which is transferred to the different plant including the earth. Next theory was theory of spontaneous generation. According to this theory, life came out of a decaying and rotting matter, but this theory was not accepted by other scientists. So Louis Pasteur merely demonstrated the experiment, and he said that life existed from the pre-existing life. Okay, so he basically took the pre-sterilized flask where life did not come from the killed yeast. Then he again took the flask which was kept open to the air, so new living organism arose from that killed yeast. Simple. Okay, then chemical theory. In the chemical theory, Oparin, who was from Russia, Haldane, who was from England, both of them proposed that the first of life could come from only the pre-existing non-living organic molecule. So what is non-living organic molecule? Such as RNA, protein, they are called as non-living organic molecule. So their formation could exist to the chemical evolution. Scientist S.L. Myler in 1953 basically created the electric discharge in a closed flask where he kept the CH4, hydrogen, ammonia as well as water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. He basically observed the formation of amino acid. Simple. Thank you guys.